So, I mean, right off the bat, if you get here, we open the gates for purchasing tickets at 5:30. The park doesn't open until 6 o'clock.
Got it.
But we have a big opening ceremony. I mean, right off the bat, it's even before you're stepped into the actual scare grounds. There's even an experience up to where you have a big opening ceremony. All the monsters come out of the haunts, they line up, and then they interact with the crowds. Much like Universal Halloween Horror Nights. And so we do that big opening ceremony. And then all the time while walking down to the haunts, there are roaming haunters. There's a clown scare zone, zombie scare zone, a lot of characters that mingle with the crowd, so you can get your pictures taken. It's all these opportunities. We have graveyard. There's actually a tram ride down to the scare grounds. So from the front booth, you can go through that, and it's very scary. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to say anything about that because got to leave the surprise there.
Yes.
But then once you actually get to the haunts, there's the 3 haunted mazes. There's a lot of the food trucks from the local area, which is very exciting. So, and then a lot of bands, as I mentioned. There will be 2 to 3 bands every night we are open. So a lot of great entertainment packed into these nights. And so, I mean, it is just truly, once you step inside, you're immersed for the entire evening, which means we have gone 3 times bigger. That said, 3 times bigger means 3 haunted mazes, which is very exciting. We've never done anything to this scale before. So the first haunted maze is Camp Grizzly, which we are sitting in right now, which is a play on kind of the 1980s slasher films like Friday the 13th, Evil Dead. And so it's a lot of fun. It's a fun haunted maze. The next one is Tales from the Tomb, which is a little darker. It's about this writer that wrote and studied the metaphysical elements of death so much that he himself opened a portal into death. And now you have to travel through all the different levels and horrors of death. So it's a little deeper, it's a little darker, but I like it. It's scarier. And then the third is called the Electro Terror Thunder Maze, a personal favorite name of mine. I mean, a mouthful, but it's fun. And so that is actually right behind where we are sitting right now, presented by the rental guys, and that's more so like an actual corn maze. There's dead ends, but it's like you're traveling through a thunder and lightning storm itself and trying to find your way out. And so it's a lot of fun. We got a lot of great stuff happening here. And even after the mazes, we have the entertainment venue, Frank's Place, which a lot of the local bands are playing at. And so that's, at the even front part of the venue, we have a pumpkin patch and a beer and wine garden. And with VIP tickets, you get exclusive access to our Phantom Tides Haunted Tiki Bar. Now that is very exciting because, it's like we had to figure out a bar that we wanted to do. And immediately off the top of my head, it had to be a haunted tiki bar. How could it not be a haunted tiki bar? So it's people wonder in Humboldt County what's happening for Halloween. This is the thing right here. And also with VIP tickets, you get a pin just like this, an exclusive 2023 Scream-A-Torium pin. It's very exciting. So I would say the most interactive out of the mazes is the Electro Terror Thunder maze.
Okay.
Just because you actually, have to choose which path you take. You have to find your way out. Where these mazes are more so a self-guided tour. It's interactive with the fact that the actors will specifically interact with you. We have a strict no touching rule. That's something we just don't allow here. But, it's definitely a very personalized experience for everybody. It's not the same script that's repeated. We have our actors range out, and it's more of a theatrical performance that you're walking through.
Right.
And so I would say it's interactive to that extent. We don't, our mazes isn't so much a choose your path except for Electro Terror, but it's more so just the experience itself within our actors is what makes it interactive. Our past haunts have been in Fortuna for the past 2 years. We started in a smaller building, and then the community support was so grand and the turnout was so big that we actually got to move to a little bit of a bigger building, and this year, unfortunately, we just outgrew the space that was available to us in Fortuna, and luckily was granted access to the fairgrounds, which I truthfully believe we will never outgrow. Because there's so much potential, not even here, but actually just in the town of Ferndale. To add on to that real quick, we actually have haunted the entire Ferndale Main Street. If you go up and down for the first time ever, there's skeletons on all of the lampposts, All of the businesses are decorated, and there's black and orange bunting on all the buildings. It's truly a Halloween storybook town for the first time ever. So that's been a very exciting partnership. You know, it's taking the things from our past and slightly modifying it to fit the theme. You know, a lot of the pieces in here are past, I would say more so the past gore factor props, you know, coincide with the slasher element of it, that I've just had to either, you know, put like a camping vest on, you know, or change the color of the eyes, just so it's that much different. It's not the same prop, but it plays the same way. There's a wall right there that is from my past movie, my most recent film that was shot entirely here in Humboldt, called The Undistilled. So there's a lot of elements. I mean, not even just that, but, you know, a personal thing is we take a lot of the story elements of my filmmaking. You know, a lot of the tools that we use in the storytelling of the films, and kind of weave it into the stories that you're walking through in the mazes. Mm-hmm. You know, you'll come here and you'll see a lot of characters in the roaming haunters even before you come to the haunt, because that's a big thing we like, the experience before the experience.
Right.
And they might seem bigger than, you know, life, because they have all these backstories and they have these names, because I truly try to tie all of those filmmaking elements into your experience at the Scream-A-Torium. And so I'd say, yeah, from the props to even just the storytelling, it's a lot that bleeds in from my filmmaking. We're trying to make it its own world, where if you want real Halloween fun, you come here and, you know, you totally forget about everything else just for a little bit, because it surrounds itself. And so, I mean, it's, again, you know, it's the totally engulfing interactive experience.
Right. Okay, personal favorite?
Out of the mazes?
Yep.
That's really hard. You know, I gotta go with Camp Grizzly. Just because, you know, I've actually spent more time designing Tales from the Tomb than Camp Grizzly. But I think I love Camp Grizzly because it kind of just fell into place. You know, and it has the whole movie element. We actually shot an entire fake movie trailer for Camp Grizzly to make it kind of the lore that you're walking through. You know, so it has all these elements of filmmaking and the movies that I've loved from the past that I've kind of been able to pay homage to, which has been a lot of fun. So our capacity, it tops out at 1,000 people every night, and that's honestly kind of what we're expecting right now with ticket sales. So I would recommend, if you are interested in buying tickets, get your tickets now online at our website, www.screamatoriumhaunt.com, and because tickets will go quick. We have a limited number at the door, but those will.
If people are interested in the VIP experience, what does that offer them that regular admission does not?
Yes, so VIP is a flat $50 rate, so there's no child or adult price, it's just $50. And basically what that allows access to is our Phantom Tides Tiki Bar. If you get general admission, unfortunately, you can't go into the Phantom Tides Tiki Bar. Then also you get the complimentary pen. You get preferred parking closer to the gate, which is, you know, really helpful for especially when everyone's filling out the streets.
Yeah.
And you also get front of the line access to all the haunts. So, you know, again, with the numbers that we're expecting of the people out here, definitely I would recommend going with VIP.
Yeah.
Again, only a certain amount that we can allow for every night, you know, and those are going pretty quick too.
I heard maybe only 100 VIP tickets per night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, and it's getting up there, you know, so they're going fast.
Right. And is the Tiki Lounge haunted?
Yes, it is. It's very haunted. And, you know, a personal favorite of mine, you know, besides the haunts, I love that place. It's truly beautiful.